Mic check, 1, 2. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Damien, and for you today I have a story time. Okay, this story takes place a little over 2 years ago. So it was August of 2014 through February of 2015, I believe. Anyways, one day I had gotten off of work, per usual, and, you know, when I get home, I don't really want to be bothered too much, you know, I'm so, like, trying to calm down, but, my bald-headed uncle just pops up one day with his daughter, and I noticed that he had totes. Like, not just, like, 1 or 2, like, no, like, totes. I mean, like, 4 or 5, like, 6, and some bags, you know. Being all kinds of extra. But, yeah, he comes inside, like, sits them all down and stuff, and I was like, what's going on, you know? Like, I was kind of curious, you know, feeling a little bold, so I was gonna go check it out, you know. And, you know, they're in there, like, chatting, you know, having little conversations, you know, grown folks and stuff. So my cousin leaves. His daughter, like, just poof, like, pulled a Houdini and just vanished in thin air, you know? And, I was like, where'd your daughter go? And, like, my mom was wondering the same thing, too. Like, everybody's wondering, where did your daughter go? Like, she left without you. Like, why didn't you hop back into that car and skedaddle, you know? But, he moved into my house without asking nobody. And from that point on, I knew that
my life was over.
Let me give you some background information about my bald-headed uncle. 1, he's bald-headed. 2, he smokes cigarettes. And when I say smoke cigarettes, I'm not like 1 or 2 a day. Like, oh, I think only like when I have free time. No, like, he devotes his life to smoking like 3 packs of cigarettes a day, maybe, or more, and minimum of 2. But, and also he drinks beer, which is gross. And, like, keep in mind, he's not like my uncle, he's my great uncle. But I'm just gonna say uncle, because I don't feel like saying great uncle. But, so he smokes cigarettes, he drinks beer, and he's gross. Like, just gross. So, you know, unless you live some kind of lavish, like, lifestyle, then you normally don't have extra bedrooms, you know, you just have enough to supply for what you need. So, we have enough to supply for what we need. And, he came, there was nowhere for him to be, or to sleep, and he slept in our living room on our fairly new couches, and, ruined them with his stench. He left dips where he slept. He slept so much, so often, and for long periods. So there was dips in the couches, and they got messed up. For those of you who don't know what a moocher is, I'll explain. A moocher is someone who takes, and takes, but never ever gives back. Much like some of you hoes. Just saying, just gonna throw that out there. Yeah, and that's what he was. He ate and took and took. Didn't have a car, and we had to drive him to and from his crusty ass job, and never once offered gas money. We got it from him because we asked. I mean, not like it really, like, bothered me too much. It's not my car, but I feel like if you're gonna run somebody's miles up and use their gas, then, you know, you should kind of give back a little bit. But, yeah. So time went by, and, Christmas was appearing, you know. And my family, we are the family that gets really festive with Christmas. And, lights inside, outside, Christmas trees, decorations, a bunch of, gags and gifts. But he was very bitter, much like the Grinch. Much like the Grinch. And we have a fairly large tree, and it goes in our living room where he sleeps. And we have it pretty lit up, like lights and everything, being jolly as fuck, festive as fuck, doing our thing, living our normal lives, and he goes to sleep not early but not late, so like around 10 o'clock at night, and for me that's in between early and late. So he would go to sleep, and before he go to sleep, he would kick my dogs out of my living room. No. And that's where they sleep, and my dog, in a way, is me, so I will use these fiery hands and bop you in the face if you mess with me or my dogs. And he would also unplug our Christmas tree every night. And we'd be up then, so, we'd, want to see some lights, and we would plug them back in. He would wake up out of his sleep and unplug them again. So, he was very, what's the word? Depressing. And, the holiday that comes very shortly after Christmas is New Year's. And, New Year's, approaches pretty quickly, so we are happy, to enter a new year, make some more memories, yada, yada, yada. So, in my family, we watch the ball drop. And if you don't know what the ball drop is, then, get it together. But if you don't know, I'll go ahead and explain it to you. The ball drop is a ball that drops. And, it brings you into the new year, and it's recorded all over TV and yada, 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 So, the ball was dropping, and the countdown from 10 to 0 was happening also. And, me and my brothers, we're going to express our emotions and scream a little, use our pipes that God gave us, and just count down, and mind you, he was asleep. Okay, he was asleep in the living room, and me and my brothers were in my room. And we were, counting down very loudly, kind of in a petty way, but kind of because we were excited, and we were screaming, 10, 9, 8, so on and so on, and all we hear is, grunts and moans, very loud grunts and moans. That's what he does. He grunts and moans when he's standing up, sitting down, walking around, or just standing there. He'll just grunt and moan, and he's just gross. But yeah, and we were counting down. We were screaming Happy New Year, and he walks up in our room, getting all bold and talking about, "What are y'all doing?" I'm sorry, wait. Wait.
I'm sorry, wait. Wait.
I'm celebrating the ball drop in my house. I mean, it's not in my name or anything, but I live there. So, time goes by, and we were fed up. Everybody in my house was ready for him to leave. He was such a depressing person. And he ended up moving down to Corpus Christi, where his daughter dropped him off and moved to. And that's the last we saw of him. And hopefully that's the last we will see of him. Hey guys, well, that was my story time. I hope you liked it. Go ahead and hit the subscribe and like button down below. I will hopefully continue to make videos, and don't have a schedule yet, but eventually I will. So yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you. See you later.